Welcome to my first ever market report. My name's JJ and I'm excited to be with you today here in the beginning of the year talking to you about what's going on in the real estate market. First, I want to sort of do a quick recap of last year. Then we're going to go through all the research that I put together for you in terms of forecasts, and I'm going to give you all that. So let me tell you what happened last year in 2025. The first thing is that mortgage rates came down. But we started off the year in 2025 at about 7% in the 30-year fixed mortgage rate. We came down by the end of the year to about 6%, and even now we're bouncing around 6.2, 6.25. We saw a lot of price growth cool off over the last year. This is a look at the map. Florida dropped 2.3%. Depending on where you're at in the country, though, you've seen different things happen. What we can generally say is that home prices didn't go up as fast as they did in prior years. Inventory is growing. The white bar here is last year. The years below the white bar are 2020, 2021, 22, 23, and 24. So that's the story. Mortgage rates went down, prices didn't go up as fast, and more homes are on the market. But the question that's on everybody's mind is what's going to happen next? What's the 2026 housing market for? Well, here's my outlook. 2026 is going to be slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Realtor.com said 2026 should be steady, but not yet off to the races. The results of lower interest rates, only modest price increases, and a more balanced market is going to lead to affordability improving. What affects affordability are rates, that's mortgage rates, the price, which is actually paid, and then wages. Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, and Wells Fargo's pretty much all predict that it's going to be pretty flat. Expect only a modest decline in rates. Here's what's going to happen with home prices. The National Association of Realtors says that everything's going to go up by 4%. And then you got NBA that says prices are going to go down by 0.3%. And everywhere and anywhere else in the middle. I think somewhere in there, the average is like 1.6% of growth in prices. It's going to be very, very much dependent on the area of the country you're in. We'll probably see about 2% price growth for the entire country. The moral of the story is that there are going to be tighter markets where there's less inventory and softer markets where there's more inventory. All of that's going to have an impact on price. Realtor.com said even though home prices are expected to go up, affordability is set to improve modestly. The monthly payment to buy a typical home is expected to slip to 29.3% of median income. It's first year below 30% since 2022. I mentioned that wages are going to grow faster. Here's a Redfin study. The blue bar is wage growth and the green bar is home price growth. So this goes all the way back to 2018. 2019, 2020, and 21, home price was out of control. And now we're at a place where wages are going up at a faster pace than home prices. That bodes well for affordability. Inventory is expected to grow this year, grew throughout last year. We talked about that, and ending in the range of 2017, 18, 19. If you look at Bright MLS, Compass, and Realtor.com, inventory is expected to increase by another 10%. If you're considering selling, get your house on the market before that 10% comes. That'd be what I do. New construction activity is ticking down slightly. Builders are sitting on a pretty good amount of inventory. Let's take a look. This is a look at new housing units started going all the way back to the 70s. And you can see that over the last decade, we just didn't keep up with the population growth. Odetta Cushy says, expect a two-speed market. Lean inventory in the Northeast and Midwest keeps conditions relatively tight. Price growth steady. You can really kind of expect a two-speed market where in the Northeast and the Midwest, inventory is less. So it's going to be, conditions are going to be relatively tight. Well, in the South and the West, inventory is really up. So it's going to be a softer market. Lisa Sturdivant said that while the interest rates are going down and it's going to pull back some of the buyers, this is going to be a reset year, not a rebound year. Market performance is going to hinge on local economic conditions. 26 is one of the most geographically divided markets we've ever seen. Existing home sales are forecasted to grow about 10%. There were 4.1 million existing home sales in 25, and they're expecting 4.5 this year. I think the bottom line is that you're going to see a lot of people jumping into the market who were sitting on the sidelines. New home sales are expected to tick up moderately. The last couple of years, we sold about 680,000 new homes. This year is forecasted to do a little over 700,000. New home sales and existing home sales combined, we're expecting about 5.1 million sales this year. And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. We want to see this market be healthy and folks be able to buy, sell, and all of that. Listen, it's a real pleasure for me to bring this information to you today. If you have any questions or there's topics you want me to cover, please don't hesitate to text me. Don't call because I get 10 times the robocalls that you do. But text me or email me at jjtampabayrealtor@gmail.com or 727-768-9025. That's the cell phone I'm shooting this video on. I want to deliver on all the topics that you want because that's what matters. I'm JJ with Keller Williams Realty, and I want to help you get when and where you need to be.